Hi there guys, how's it going? So yes, Devblog 22, a scrap mechanic, is out. And I'm going to go through it, but I'm not going to go through it crazy mad detail like probably most other people will. I'm just going to look at these ear pictures. We're just going to talk about them. All that they say here is they're going to show us a sneaky peek of things that they've been working on. So it's still not telling us if all of this stuff is going to make it into the game. Likewise, with this, they might end up cutting stuff out. So I'm not going to go through this and say, this is what we are getting. I'm going to go through this and say, this is what the guys have been working on. At some point, maybe, because they still haven't told us if and when we're going to get an update to the game itself yet. But this is some of the stuff that might be coming to the game. As you know, a couple of dev blogs ago, they were going on about a new underground world where we're going to get a new tile. It's going to enable us to have the means to dig, basically. And as you can see, right in the title here, we have this new underground structure. As you scroll on down, this is where stuff starts to look pretty. For me personally, I love this middle screenshot, just the way that those plasma drills are like right into the camera. And we've seen these guys before, and it tells you quite a lot in these little pictures. You have the plasma drills, and you have sticky wheels. From these pictures, we can also see, potentially, at the minute, how the sticky wheels work. Because on this vehicle, we have a battery container that's linked to a large chest. And a large chest is also linked to a chemical container. So it looks like, potentially, we still don't know what's going on in that large chest, what else is in there. But maybe we might be needing some sort of electrical power or batteries, but we're definitely going to need chemicals for the sticky wheels. They do say that. They say at the minute the color of the goo isn't the color they're going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at a more reddish pinkish chemical color. But that's all subject to change when they decide what they're doing. But I like this. It shows the plasma drills that they've showed us before working in action along with the sticky wheels. It shows us the cave that's been cut out. Then we get a sneaky peek at this new underground, I don't know, factory or warehouse, whatever it is. Looks big, looks massive, it looks quite open. It's very interesting with the potential that this has, because right here we have a little bit of a drawing. It goes on to see a battery charger that when it's in a particular area, it could potentially be recharged whilst it's at this place. So it's very interesting how the interaction with these structures is going to be, and if it's going to be something that they can use so that it charges up our battery chargers, or if it charges up our battery containers, gives us better batteries, then great. Also, if you look at the little cartoon on the right hand side, you see the little explosive boat bot. I mean, he's getting chased with a guy with a mallet. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not sure hitting something that's got explosives with a mallet would be such a good idea. And as I was saying about the sticky wheels just above, you can see here there's a brilliant image of it activating and deactivating, which shows that you can use the wheels as normal wheels, or you can activate the goo and use it as goo. They have said that it's going to be some sort of combination with the chemicals, but they're still working on trying to get a balance for that. I find it very interesting and potentially question how sort of game breaking it might be. When you look at these two pictures, it's here where we have the one sticky wheel struggling to get up the cliff, but then the picture below shows the sticky wheels driving straight up an abandoned ruin and straight onto the roof. I'm not too sure if that's going to be good, bad, or indifferent. Just looking at this, the way that he's going up this ruin, it kind of says to me that was a warehouse. Are you going to be able to just drive straight up the warehouse? In which case it makes doing warehouse runs potentially, well, pointless. To get to the roof, you can just use sticky wheels and some ingenious design and you'll be able to get up and over all the different sort of layers that you see when you go up on a warehouse. Next up, we have the wire bot. Now, this is something that we saw a couple of dev vlogs ago and we haven't seen it since. And here we are, we get a little bit of a visual about how crazy these things are. And they seem to be in a big chunk. They're in a bit of a horde and there is a lot of them. So this might be leaning towards different uses of the different weapons. Personally, for a big group like this, my brain tells me shotgun, your spud shotgun should be where you're at. But what you are told in a little bit of the blurb about it is you need to get rid of these guys quick because they will just jump onto all and any parts of your vehicle and just go to town. And they will literally, they'll have a field day with your vehicle and they'll destroy everything and anything. So you want to get these things off as quick as you can. They don't look like they're too powerful, like they've got too much health, but the fact of the matter is there is a lot of them. So when there's a lot of them, well, things are going to get a little bit tricky. As you see down here, they're crawling all over this vehicle. This thing might be very interesting. This thing is a battery charger or battery generator, basically. It's an electrical generator. It generates those batteries. So what you do is you put your battery storage inside this. As you can see, this picture right here on the left hand side, it's got a battery storage inside. On the right hand side, it does not have the storage inside it. But basically, you put your storage inside it, and then they say you can hit the red lever on the outside to turn it around. around and it will slowly generate batteries. So this is where we can start having a little bit of fun with like a hybrid engine, because what they go on to say down here is you don't just have to hit this red lever with a hammer if you don't want to. You can actually hook this up to something that spins, which will create kind of a hybrid engine. So what they're saying here in this example is using a gas engine to spin the red lever to generate batteries, which is going to give them electrical power. Now let's think about this for a second. We know you can spin a bearing on a controller at the minute. This might change, so I don't know. But at the minute, you can spin a bearing on a controller and generate free movement. So what stops us being able to generate batteries off of a controller? We set a controller up to spin, we'll turn the red lever, generate as batteries. You'll be able to generate batteries from a controller, potentially, which again, it's a good idea having this generator, but because of how little things in this game are set up, it can also be broken quite easily. Good idea, but I think they're overlooking a couple of things, unless they're going to plan to change them. One thing that bizarrely I really like is these digital signs. They're saying in late game, when you've got loads of chests and everything, it's really difficult to track where everything is all the time. So they're going to give us these digital signs, which you can use some special characters in. You can also leave messages around and just label anything that you want. You're going to come with a couple of customizable sizes and customizable screens and colors and everything else. Don't fully know how customizable the screens and the colors will be. As you can see here, you've got the 3 different sizes, but for whatever reason, I find this a pretty interesting element to the game. Scalable wedges, they speak here about, they're trying to work out how to implement them, because a scalable wedge is a different kind of thing to the standard scalable block. So they're having a little bit of trouble trying to work out the ways and means around it. But it's going to be interesting how this comes into the game. Anybody who's played the vanilla game knows that they like to get to the warehouse to get ramps. Well, you can just build them off the bat. It's going to make things, in my head, potentially a little bit easier. Along with our plasma drill, they have given us a plasma saw now. They are teasing us with the same sort of thing. So instead of it being the plasma drill to cut through the rocks, they're giving us a plasma saw. It's going to cut through trees like butter, apparently, and it's just going to work so well. It's how the writing reads, but also at the same time, it's going to be good for defense. Smash through those robots. It's going to cause a lot of damage. At least that's what this reads. Again, this is still just an artist's interpretation. There's no actual in-game 3D visual to this. This is just a picture, but it'd be interesting to see. It'd be silly in my mind, but a plasma drilling without having a plasma saw. Not everything you see here gets implemented into the game. These guys down here, they're a couple of NPCs. I imagine this is going to be somebody that we can go to get a few quests, maybe, because we know that a quest system is coming. He might be a character that we see. Likewise, this little wok. I don't know why you'd bring a little wok into the game. Might be something to do with the quest. Might actually be just like a wok is in the minute. Who really knows right now? And then finally they go, hey, look, we're going to tease you with fancy new outfit, tuxedo. Why a tuxedo? Don't really know. They're just saying if you want to play the game with a little bit of style, here's a little bit of a tuxedo. So there is quite a lot to take away from this in terms of different things that they're adding to the game. For me, I like the idea of this generator. However, I think it's already broken because you can turn a bearing with a controller. So you can charge this thing up really, really easy. Sticky wheels, again, just looking at how easily it drives up the side of that ruined building, how easy is that going to make for warehouses? One thing that we don't see in this devblog is the new boss that's supposed to be at the top of the warehouse. So they say in this devblog, they're just showing off things that they've been working on, and we don't see that guy. So last time we saw that guy was in Devblog 20. So that was in December of 2020. And now we're in September of 2021. We don't have any boss robot around at the minute. So they have said that there's also a lot of story related things that they don't want to spoil for us. So there are obviously things that they haven't put into this, the devblog that they have been working on. But there's no date of when anything's coming. There's no hint at when anything's coming at all. It's just a case of here is what we have been working on. Hope you guys like it. And it's just a little tease from Axolot. The disappointing message for me is right at the bottom of this devlog. There is a little kind of 2-3 sentences about how they're still trying to work on fixing lag and optimizing the game, which is a bit disappointing. But if the game isn't optimized, if it's still just going to be laggy like it is right now in its base element, all this fancy stuff is not going to be good. It's going to be pointless. You're going to get hit with one of these bot spawns with all these little wiry bot things, and the game is going to lag so much because there's going to be so many different moving elements. Likewise, the game trying to work out all this goo, it's just going to add lag to the game. I hope by the time chapter 2 comes out, the game is really well optimized, but I'm not going to hold my breath. All I know is the game is really laggy right now, and putting all this fancy stuff in worries me that it might not actually make it any better. Anyway, guys, that was just my quick little run through of this. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you really want to. You have a good day. Take it easy. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.